Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video features two sovereign citizens in Kansas going head-to-head with a pair of judges who have absolutely no interest in buying into the sovereign citizen nonsense, no matter how it's packaged. Also, since it's Thanksgiving, I just want to take a quick moment to say thank you. We're closing in on 200,000 subscribers, and I genuinely couldn't have reached this point without all of your support. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. With that said, let's get right into it.
Are you Mr. Hanna?
Yeah.
All right. This is case number 2024 CR 420, State of Kansas versus John Hanna. Mr. Hanna, it looks like you've been charged with one count of sexual battery. That's a Class A misdemeanor. That can carry up to a year in the county jail and a fine of up to $2,500. So let's talk about how you might want to handle your case. This is just the time just to let you know what your charges are. Did you get a copy of the charges against you?
Of course not. I haven't even been found guilty on the sanction, the write-up while I'm in here.
Well, of course you're not going to be found guilty yet.
But I mean, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's the procedure. And I mean, we could talk to the Department of Justice about the jurisdiction of the case as well. We can take it to that extent, but you can go ahead and continue. I would like to challenge the jurisdiction on the charge. I want to state that for the records as well. Will you continue? My apology.
You wouldn't need to apologize if you had just kept quiet from the start. But honestly, this judge handled it with a perfect response.
Mr. Hanna, I'm going to run this court, not you. And you can start off with the sovereign citizen crap about jurisdiction and everything else if you want to.
I'm saying, I understand that. I'm just saying, but
it's not going to
talk to
get
the Department of Justice as well, because you know who the director of the Department of Justice is, right?
That's just fine. You can do whatever you want.
We'll talk to him now.
Anyway,
he'll be waiting on an indictment on you.
In any event, you're charged with one count of a sexual battery, Class A misdemeanor. Are you going to have an attorney to represent you, or do you want the court to appoint somebody to represent you?
You can appoint me one, and I'll have an attorney later on when I find one.
When I find one. Yeah, that's not how it works. If you can afford to hire your own attorney, then your choices are simple. Represent yourself or pay for one. Taxpayers aren't going to cover your defense.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give you a hearing date on the misdemeanor control docket. Your next hearing is going to be November 18th at 9 o'clock with Judge Webster. That can be by Zoom. Mr. Canfield, what's the state's recommendation on bond here?
Your Honor, in addition to the sexual battery against a deputy, the defendant also has been convicted of aggravated domestic battery, aggravated battery, and aggravated escape from custody. So at this time, the state's recommendation will be a $7,500 cash or surety bond.
Those charges aren't even my record. For legal detainment and
very well. The court's going to go ahead and set your bond at $7,500 cash security.
Maybe facing the grand jury.
If you can, sounds like you can afford your own counsel, so I'll let you go ahead and see about doing that. If you can't afford it, when you get around to your next hearing, you can ask the judge to appoint counsel for you. But I've given you your next hearing date. You know what your bond is. You'll need to stay with the sheriff until such time as you are able to execute your bond.
And so we didn't address the jurisdiction issue either, right?
The fact that you're where you are and I'm where I am means that I have jurisdiction over you.
Well, that's one way to put it. And honestly, I wish more judges handled in custody sovereign citizens like this. Somehow, despite everything, he was still released from jail, not because he posted a $7,500 cash bond, but he did at least have a court date scheduled.
Will now be on the record in Hannah 2024 CR 420, State of Kansas versus John Raymond Hannah. Jared Regier for the state, defendant pro se, but does John Hannah appear? Again, I called a while ago and no answer, so John Hannah fails to appear. Mr. Regier, recommendations on a sexual battery charge dating back to August 30th, 2024. The defendant was to make a $7,500 cash or surety bond, although he was very combative and challenging at the time.
Your Honor, I do have some notes from the initial hearing on September 6th before Judge Sanders that would appear to at least marginally refer to what the court is referring to insofar as the defendant's attitude at the first hearing was concerned, or perhaps demeanor is a more appropriate term for it. I do not have anything in my file insofar as an appearance bond is concerned. Perhaps the court knows something that I do not know, but I am not showing any affidavit from the jail either.
I am not showing anything in the file concerning the bond, although I'll check my queue real quickly and see if it's something that might be in there. Well, I'm not seeing it, but yet I don't know how I could have gotten out of jail without making a bond.
And my notes do appear to suggest that that the defendant did appear in custody. To cut it to the quick, Your Honor, the state will be recommending, based off of the amount of the bond and the charges before the court, at the very least $15,000 cash or surety, or no bond hold, depending on which way the court determines is appropriate. The state would also defer to the court as to whether a bench warrant or a bench bond forfeiture should be the court's order at this time.
Well, I'm going to issue a bond forfeiture, but if he didn't post the bond, then of course we can't enforce it. But I'm ordering a bond forfeiture. I'm ordering a bench warrant for the failure to appear, and the new bond will be set at $15,000 cash or surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Well, at least the court is taking steps to address the situation. Issuing a bench warrant and increasing the bond seems appropriate. Hopefully, law enforcement picks him up before anything else happens. Now, moving on to our next sovereign citizen. We're still in Kansas. This one believes he can operate privately while driving on public roads, using so-called sovereign traveler license plates.
We are on the record in 2024 TR 617. Sir, you may need to scoot over a little bit to be picked up by that microphone. I'm not sure, but sometimes you have to be in the middle with it. Mary Ann Shirley appears for the state. Are you Abel Estrada Jr., sir?
Yes, if I may, can I make a statement?
No, not yet. Okay, sir, you are charged in count 1 with on or about the 21st day of August, 2024 in Greenwood County, state of Kansas. Then and there, contrary to the statutes of the state of Kansas, unlawfully operating a vehicle, to wit, a 2011 GMC Acadia, upon a highway which does not have the signed license plate. I think they mean that the vehicle didn't, not the highway. But your vehicle did not have the assigned license plate properly affixed to the rear of the vehicle, showing the current registered year. And this is an unclassified misdemeanor. It is punishable by up to $2,500 in fines and a possible sentence of up to 6 months, 30 days minimum, up to 6 months, although probation is usually granted. Now, sir, did I not just have you in municipal court recently on the same charge?
Yes, and I don't understand why am I seeing again, because that would be double jeopardy. I'm saying for the same.
Sir, you haven't been tried on it. You
I have,
had a first appearance on it. And
I have,
the city prosecutor must have dismissed it and refiled it over here for whatever reason I know not.
Looking back, it makes sense now. The defendant was originally facing multiple citations, some of which were civil infractions handled by the city court. But after reviewing this particular charge, the prosecutor realized it fell outside the city court's jurisdiction. So it was dismissed without prejudice and refiled in district court, which is why it doesn't count as double jeopardy.
But as I recall, your plea was not guilty. Is that still your plea?
Yes, but I'm here to make a separation between my name. My name is Abel Estrada with low caps. This name on the top, I don't know if you can see it. This name on the top is my straw man. I am the man, and this is the straw man. So if you're calling the straw man, I'm here to represent the straw man, but I'm Abel Estrada Jr., the man, the living man.
I'm calling the living man.
So
So are you going to have an attorney? Are you going to need to apply for court-appointed attorney, or will you be waiving your right and representing yourself?
no, of course, I wanted to have an attorney, but I still haven't not made my statement, which is,
Are you going to hire an attorney or apply for court-appointed?
I cannot afford an attorney, but I need to make my statement that
Let me get a few things worked out, sir. You're going to apply for an attorney, so you'll need to fill out an application for court-appointed attorney. And the deputy down there can give that to you. Make sure you fill that out and get that back to me before this hearing is over. Make sure you fill in all the blanks and you sign it and you date it where it says to, because I generally don't consider those if they're not thoroughly completed. And then you call back to my assistant, Missy, later in the week to see if one is appointed and who that will be. Do you need Missy's number, or did you take it down earlier from the other hearings?
no, I don't have.
All right. Missy, do you want to give him your number?
620-583-8155.
And then Missy, when is his next court date?
Well, I haven't explained my position.
Sir, we're not going to have a trial today. You're going to need to talk to your attorney before you have a trial. So Missy, when is his trial date?
I wanted to move.
Sir, please do not interrupt. Missy, when is his, and we won't set it directly for, do you want to set it directly for trial, or do you want to set it for a status so I can check in with you after you talk to your attorney?
I don't know what the status means.
Well, let's set it for a status, Missy, or control.
November 22nd at 10.
You, sir, will need to be back here by Zoom November 22nd at 10 a.m. Are you on bond? Let me check.
Why would I need a bond?
Complaint from the cause. There is no bond on the file, and it is an unclassified misdemeanor. So I'm not going to make you file a bond since it's an unclassified misdemeanor. If you fail to come to court, though, most likely a warrant would be issued anyway, and you'd be taken into custody. But as long as you come to court when you're told to, that's not going to be a problem. So you're going to call and get your attorney, or find out if you have an attorney.
I haven't given a chance to
You do not need a bond, and you have your court dates.
All right, so you think it's time to move on to the next video after the next court date, right? Not quite. Sovereign citizens have a way of dragging things out in court, and this guy is no exception.
All right. So you two have already met Mr. Estrada, right? The good news was he got it dismissed for you in city court, but the bad news is for you, it's back in district court. All right, so do you agree, Mr. McClendon, that we ought to just set it for bench trial, or maybe, or do you, what do you want to do?
We can set it for bench trial, Judge. I'm familiar enough with the case.
Okay. He has filed some pro se motions. Okay, Missy, give me a trial date, please.
We can resolve those motions at trial, Your Honor.
Sure. I just want to let Mr. McClendon know.
How about January 3rd at 11?
January 3rd at 11.
All right. So on January 3rd, Mr. Estrada is back with more nonsense. Here's my prediction. Even though he's been assigned a new lawyer, it'll be the same story as before. He'll clash with this one too, end up firing them, represent himself at trial, and likely be found guilty on all charges. That if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If not, hit dislike. But don't forget to drop a comment and subscribe with notifications so you don't miss any future content.